Hey guys, how you doing there today? Ron Shawley here for AccuWeather.com and for Pennsylvania Storm Chasers. And oh man, I'll tell you what, I wish summer would get its act together, huh? One day it's 80, the next day it's 60, another day it's raining. Yeah, definitely been a so-so summer. Alright, a lot of folks have been asking me to jump on board the Contour bandwagon, and I have to admit, for a while there I tried to reach out to Contour and I was unable to. As many of you know or don't know, but Contour, the corporation, has gone through this restructuring of personnel, and that is a good thing. Okay, I want to assure you that I've contacted Contour, as you can see, and I am absolutely tickled to death over the Contour. As you know, in the past I promoted GoPro, the Ion, and other cams on the market. Okay, in all honesty, and I know you've heard me say this before, okay, but every camera out there has their positive points, okay. But the Contour, in my book right now, I like many of the features that they offer. Now, first of all, let me explain something to you, okay? The Contour, and I'll show you later, but the Contour, right now, they've got the Contour Roam, and they have the Contour Plus 2, which is the camera you're looking at right now. Now, the Contour Plus 2, we're going to focus on this one a little bit. Unlike the Roam 2, the Roam 2 is a completely encased camera, meaning that it's waterproof, okay? The Contour Plus 2 has a number of extra features on it, as I'll show you here in a minute, that disallow it from being waterproof, okay? The Plus 2 has a huge selection of settings to choose from as far as, camera setting. On the Contour, it has a couple of really cool features. If you can see up front, you see this lens. Okay, the lens can be rotated left or right, and what you're doing is you're basically changing the angle of the lens to give you a good horizontal plane. On the bottom of the camera, we have if I can do it here for a second, I'll show you. Okay, on the bottom we have a laser, okay, that comes on once the camera goes into record mode, okay. You can see the laser here, right there, okay. The laser will actually emit a line. You can see it there. It's kind of hard to see with the camera, but you can see that line right there, okay. That gives you your horizontal plane. So you can adjust the lens to reach your horizontal positioning when you're recording. So unlike a lot of other cameras, the camera will change the position of your finished product simply by adjusting the lens up front, okay? In later videos, I'm going to be demonstrating that more. I just want to go over some highlights here of the camera, okay? The blue light on top is your Bluetooth, okay? This has Bluetooth technology. Now, understand that like any Bluetooth, it has limitations, okay? I just tested it yesterday, and I really was happy with it. I actually went out about 130 to 150 yards, straight line of sight, nothing in the way, and my Bluetooth signal to my Galaxy 4 maintained a strong signal, okay? Once I got out to about 160, it started to fluctuate. The Contour Plus 2 comes with a battery. As you can see, it's a battery that you can take out. The battery life anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours of battery life, okay? The camera comes with the software that you simply download. Here's the software called Contour Storyteller. Now, what's nice about the camera, I'm going to be jumping around a little bit here, but the camera has the capability of onboard GPS, okay? So on the back of the camera, which it's not lit up now, but if I can turn this on, I'll show you. Right there you see the GPS light, okay? So the GPS is basically saying it's on, okay? Now what does that mean? That means that the camera itself is marking the GPS points when you travel. You're going down a highway and you're recording right now. So as it's recording, it's also recording those GPS locations. Now why is that important? Okay, well, as you can see on the software program here, okay, I'm going to pull up one of the videos from yesterday, and we double click the video. Okay, now there you can see me getting ready to cruise on out. Alright, going down the road. Now here we have our Google map, which is incorporated into the software, okay? And on the map itself over here, it'll show you the exact location at any given point during that production. So as I was driving from point A to point B, the green circle here, if you can see that with the mouse, that green circle, that indicates my position. What it's also going to show you on the chart below is that, I love this, this is really cool, okay? It's going to show you your speed, your elevation, and your distance traveled throughout the video. This in itself is really good if you're a race car driver. You want to use your, the contour mounted to your car. If you're an off-road racer, it'll give you those elevations. It'll give you the distance and speed that you've traveled, okay? It'll also give you a real good indication if you're a storm chaser. If you need that data, you want to know how fast you were going. Especially you want to know the elevation at a given point when you saw an event happen, okay? And like I said, what's nice about this right here is you can extrapolate this data. What's the word I'm looking for? You can download it, onto other programs if you need to, okay? So that's pretty cool in itself right there. I mean, there's not a camera out there that can do that for you, all right? I'm sure there are on top end, but they are really expensive. The Contour is very, very cost effective. Now, Bluetooth technology, okay? I'm using the Galaxy S4. I need to get the Galaxy 5. But as you can see, right now, that's the Bluetooth technology right there. The camera's on, and you can see it's transmitting through the Galaxy with a clear signal. On the phone, I can also control the camera through the phone. It's pretty hard to hold this up here, but I can start recording using the Bluetooth to the camera. So if you have your Contour mounted outside and you don't want to get out and turn it on, you simply go to your telephone, you hit the record button, okay, it turns the camera on. You can see the light, record light on the front of the camera indicating that it is recording. You got your GPS on the back of the camera indicating that GPS is activated, and your Bluetooth is on with a solid blue light. Okay. We have, it also tells you the time of the recording session right there, okay? It also gives you the frame rate on the camera, all right? Now, what we're also looking at is the capability of the camera's functionality, okay? It has, I have a second one plugged in here, but let me go over here. I'm going to hook on. Okay, we're going to go up here to the camera. If I click on Tools, and if I say Configure Camera, okay, really simple setup, folks, okay? Really simple. Oh, the Contour Plus 2, another great feature that it has, and let me do that before I go into the software. I want to show you real quick. The back of the camera, it's kind of hard to see it, but we have the battery. We have a format button where you're simply pushing the button in to format the disk inside. It can take up to a 32 gigabyte card, which is right here. It has a a basic. I love this. I love this camera because it has a basic USB cable input. All right, you don't have to worry about it. No special cable. It's USB, ready for your computer. Now, what it has, it also has an HDMI output. Now, the HDMI output, for those of you who are running quadcopters, okay, you can simply take the HDMI cable output and plug it into your quadcopter if it has a transmitter, and then it would transmit that signal for you right down to your receiver, okay? As a matter of fact, some of the new quadcopters that are coming out now actually have that capability of allowing you to plug in an HDMI cable into their transmitter. Now, the nice feature about the Contour I like is a switch in the back. Okay, for position 1 and position 2, you can see it right there. All right, position 1 and position 2. By simply switching between the two, okay, you're actually telling the camera what mode you want to be in, okay? Now, here's what I'm talking about. I have mine in position 1. I highlight position 1, okay, and it says Contour HD 720, okay? You've got Full HD, you've got Tall HD, you got Contour HD, you've got Action, you got WVGA, 30, 60, and 120 frames per second. Now, what you also have, and it's what I've set it up this way, but in position 2, I have the camera set to do continuous photographs. I can set the camera in position 2 to take a picture every 1 second, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, up to 60 seconds, okay? Unbelievable. This camera, I love it. The only thing is, you got to remember, if you're like I did this weekend, I was playing with the camera. We had a Bigfoot convention, okay, and I left the camera set on position 2 instead of position 1. So in this case, for about 8 to 9 hours, the camera sat there and took nothing but pictures every 1 second, okay? So that was a lot of pictures. And yes, the disc did fill up with pictures, okay? Now, another nice feature about the Contour is its ability to provide you with a good quality image picture, okay? And I have it set now pretty much on a wide angle, okay? But like any camera, you're going to get some distortion, okay? You can see there's a little bit of distortion on a wide angle, but that's okay because it is wide angle. The purpose of wide angle is to get as much into the frame as possible, okay? But I'm more interested in the clarity of the camera's ability, and can it take a good, crisp, clear picture. Here we are driving down the highway, and I do have some jelloing because we got vibration from the truck, all right? But I can still see the trees in the background. It's not one green blur, okay? I've got actual clarity. I can see the clarity in the trees, all right? And we're going to be doing some more videotaping here this week, and I'll be posting some videos showcasing, the quality of the Contour. Okay? And mind you, I got the Contour set right now at medium quality, so I can also crank it to low, medium, or high, as far as what the kind of quality. And I would recommend leaving it on high. It's not going to use up that much more memory. All right, and again, you can see the map up here as it's tracking my route, it's tracking my elevation, my speed, and the distance that I've traveled. Okay, I mean, this is seriously, folks, apples for apples in my book. All right, apples for apples. The Contour is the way to go. It's less. It's gonna save you money. It's more affordable than the GoPro or the Ion, and it is, in my book again, folks, it surpasses the GoPro by a long shot. And the biggest plus that the camera has is the ability for the camera to record 2.5 to 3 hours. Okay, On the GoPro, you're talking 10 minutes, all right? Where you got to constantly change batteries, charge them. It really is a pain, okay, in my book. All right, you're storm chasing. You don't want to be plugging batteries in every 10 minutes, okay? Now, one more thing I want to share with you, okay? And we talked about this. Unlike the Contour, I call it a sister, okay? Unlike the Contour Roam, the Contour Plus 2 is not waterproof, okay? So, what it does is it comes with a waterproof case. Here we have the Contour waterproof case, all right? The Contour, it's an easy application. The lid pops up, okay, real simple, up in the air. The Contour itself slides into the camera. You lower the door, okay? You lower the door and you basically are closing the lid. A one-handed operation there. You close the door and there you go. Alright, it's now waterproof. And you actually have your off-on switch right on top of the camera, okay? You have a button on the back you can push that'll tell you the status of your battery. On top it tells you the GPS is flashing on top. So where we at. The GPS is flashing on top, okay? It also says the disc is not filled up, okay? I have all green lights, and that's a good thing. You know, I got a full battery, I got a full disc that's still empty, and my GPS is active, okay? So, I love the Contour. I strongly encourage people to consider purchasing one. And here down the road, I would imagine within the next few months, Contour will be coming out with an upgraded version that I'm looking forward to. And later on, tomorrow, the next day, I'm going to be showcasing the Contour Roam. Very similar to the Contour Plus 2, but again, some of the biggest difference is the Contour Roam is completely waterproof. Now again, people say to me, well, why is the Contour Plus 2 not waterproof? Folks, the battery comes out of the back, all right? There's no way to seal up that battery. The other thing is, too, with Bluetooth technology, when you have Bluetooth and you have to make it waterproof, it would have to be encased in metal, okay? You're encasing everything on the camera to waterproof it, and when you do that, you're really limiting your Bluetooth an awful lot, okay? And that's the biggie right there. But again, the Contour Plus 2 comes with a waterproof case. And like I said, only because it's not waterproof, because it has a removable battery in the back, all right? And that's the biggest part about it, you know. The Roam, as you'll see later, the Roam has a built-in battery source. It is completely self-contained, all right? So, I've talked enough here, so I'll catch up with you guys later.